Hello. So, today we'll teach chapter 1 Physical World and the Measurement. Here, in this chapter, we'll study the units and the measurement, where speed of measurement, unit of measurement, system of unit, fundamental quantities, unit in SI, measurement of length, mass time, errors in measurement of the units, and significant figures. Along with that, we'll also study the dimensional analysis, where dimensional formula, dimensional analysis, and its application. So basically, in this first chapter, we'll create two topics. First is unit and measurement, and the second one is dimensional analysis. So firstly, we'll go through the topic 1, unit and measurement. So, need of measurement. We know measurement is something which is helpful in day-to-day life for some scientific calculation. So, measurement is indispensable for understanding, quantifying, and communicating the aspect of the physical world. It provides a standardized means of the assesses quantities such as length, mass, time, etc. Also, scientific research, technological advancement, commerce, engineering, and everyday activities. Without measurement, precision, accuracy, and the comparability would be severely compromised, hindering progress and the practical application across the various domains. Units of measurement. Unit of measurement are standardized and quantities used to express the various physical properties, such as length, mass, time, etc. They provide a common language for scientific engineers, everyday individual. And such for an example, meters, kilograms, second, degree, Celsius, etc. These units facilitate the consistency, precision, and the comparability in the scientific research industry and the commerce. Now, next is system of unit. The main system of units are, we have some system like CGS system, FPS system, MKS system, MKSE system, and the SI system. So, firstly, 7 fundamental quantities are corresponding. They are the length, mass, time, electric current, temperature, amount of substance, luminous intensity. And they have the units like for the length, meter, for the mass, kilogram, for the time, second, electric current, ampere, temperature, Kelvin, amount of substance, mole, luminous intensity, candela. And they have denotation too for the meter, amp, kilogram, kg, second less, ampere A, Kelvin K, mole MOL, and the candela is CD. The meter amp, the SI unit of length, is defined as the distance light traveled in vacuum, which is 1 by 299792458 second. The second SI unit of the time defined as the interval, which is equals to 919263177 period of the radiation, corresponding to the transition between the two hyperfine levels and the state of the cesium-133 atom. Also, the kilogram kg is the SI unit of mass. The mass of the cylinder alloy of platinum, iridium kept at the International Bureau of the Weight and Measurement in the France at 0 degrees Celsius. Now, when we'll check this page here, you will see the physical world and the measurement, which like whose Zapata dimensional formula, unit, system unit, and the measurement. Also, they have just briefly explain all the things like what actually the measurement dimension formula is, what is unit, the system of the unit like CGS, FPS, MKS, MKSA, SI. So also we have some, if you can see, like CGS centimeter, grams, second, it's a Gaussian system. FPS, it's a British system. MKSA, it's a meter, kilogram, second, ampere, length, SI system international, all fundamental units. Okay. So these are the units which are internationally accepted. Next, the ampere A, the SI unit of the electric current, is defined as the electric current unit we have already discussed, which when flows through the straight parallel conductor of infinite line with a negligible cross section kept 1 meter apart in vacuum experience force values 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 Newton length. Also, Kelvin K, the SI unit of thermodynamic temperature, which is also defined as 1 by 273.16 of thermodynamic temperature. And the mole is the SI unit of amount of substance, which is defined as the amount mass of the substance that contains the same number of elementary entities. Also, the candela, which is SI unit of luminous intensity, defined as the luminous intensity in the given direction, whose, like we can say, monochromatic radiation of the frequency value is 540 into 10 raised to the power 12 hertz, and has a radiant intensity in the same direction of 1 by 683 watts radian. Now, two supplementary quantities and the corresponding unit, which are plane angle and the solid angle. Radian for the plane angle, unit is radian. For the solid angle, it's stadium. Now, some common non-SI units like micron, Fermi, angstrom, light year, astronomical unit, parsec, and the atomic mass unit. Like micron is a non-SI measurement of length of very minute object. Okay. For the Fermi is the non-SI measurement unit of the length comparable to the Fermat meter, and it is named as the Italian physicist, it's Ancero Fermi. Angstrom, it is also a non-SI unit of it's a non-SI unit of the length to express the wavelength of visible light, ultraviolet rays. Light year is the unit of length used to measure the astronomical distance. Astronomical unit, it's a unit of the length used to measure the astronomical distance. Parsec, it's a unit of length used to measure the astronomical distance outside the solar system. So basically, these all are the non-SI units, and these are some common non-SI units. Metric prefixes in everyday use. Like tera, we'll just give the symbol T. Giga, G, mega, M, kilo, K, hecta, hecto, H, deca, DA, deci, D, centi, C, milli, M, micro, mu, nano, N, pico, P, femto, F, atto, A. Now the derived units. Derived units are the unit of measurement derived from the 7 SI fundamental units. The units which has been derived from the 7 fundamental SI units, these are the derived units. These may be expressed as the product of ratio 1 or more the fundamental unit, possibly scale and appropriate exponential. For example, volume, force, acceleration, velocity, work, energy, density, power, etc. These all are the derived units. Now, the rules for the determining significant figures. All the non-zero digits are significant. Okay. The decimal point does not affect the number of the significant figures. So, 69.69 or 6.969 or 696.9 all have 4 significant figures. We can see it. All the zeros between the two non-zero digits are the significant. For example, like we have 600.09 kilometer and have a 5 significant figure, right? 3 and then 2, 5. All the zeros to the right of non-zero digit having no decimal point and not a significant number. For example, 6690. We have, for example, it's 66900 have 3 significant figures, but such zeros are significant if they arise due to the measurement. For example, number of seconds in the day is 24 into 60 into 60 seconds. It will be 86400 and has a 5 significant figures. Now, moving to the next. All the zeros to the right of non-zero digits, but on the left decimal are the significant. For example, like 69600.00 have a 5 significant figure. Like before the decimal, the 5 all are the significant one. All zeros to the right of the decimal are significant. For example, 66.00 or 0.6600, there are 4 significant figures. These are the 4 significant figure. Now, all initial zeros on the right and the decimal point but on the left of non-zero are the non-significant. 0.665, 0.0665, and 0.00665 have only three significant figures. 665 is the three significant figures. Now, the rules of mathematical operations. In addition, in the subtraction, the result is rounded off the last common digit occurring. Further, to the right in all components. Example 200. Assume three significant figures. Okay, like 225.672. These are having five significant figures. So, which is equals to 125.672, which should be rounded to 125. Three significant figures. When we have three significant figures, we'll just round it in and say it as 125. In the multiplication and the division, the results should be rounded off and should have the same number. Like, example is 4.0, two significant figure. 12.40, four significant figure. 49.6000, it should be rounded to only 49. Okay. So this is the concept of round figure. Rules of rounding off. But also there are some particular rules, like if the digit to be dropped is 5, greater than 5, it's less than 5, then the previous digit should be unchanged. If the digit to be dropped, which is greater than 5, then the previous digit to be raised by 1. So these are the basic rules of rounding off. Examples are also there. Like 7.82, then the round off value will be 7.8 only. Okay, next is when x is equals to 6.77, then the round off value will be 6.8. For the 77, we'll consider 8. So these are the rules of rounding off. If the digit to be dropped is 5 followed by the digit, then the 0, then previous digit be raised by 1. Like x is equals to 7.751, then the round off will be 7.8. Okay, raised by 1, as it's already mentioned, the previous digit to be raised by 1, then as 7, so it will be raised by 1, it will be 8. Now, errors in measurement. These are the important one for the experiments as well. So there are some errors like absolute error, mean absolute error, relative error, or we can say fractional error, percentage error. So these are some errors in measurement and the types we can see. Now, absolute error is the measurement of physical quantity, is the magnitude of the difference between true value and the measured value. It is nothing but the magnitude of the difference between the true value and the measured value of the quantity. Let physical quantity be measured n times and the measured be as A1, A2, A2. And then arithmetic mean of these value obviously will be AM is equals to A1 plus A2, AN and upon n. It will be the mean or arithmetic mean. So AM is taken as the true value of the quantity. Then delta A1 will be is equals to AM minus A1, and then delta A2 is equals to AM minus A2. So the absolute error may be positive or negative. We cannot define it as only positive or only negative. It will be, might be positive, might be negative. Now, mean absolute error. It is the arithmetic progression of magnitude of an absolute errors in the measurement of the quantity. It is represented by delta A bar. Then it will be is equals to delta A1, delta A2 until up to AN and upon N. This is mean absolute error. Now the relative error or the fractional error. The relative error or the fractional error of the measurement is defined as the ratio of the mean absolute error to the mean value of the quantity measured. So, the relative error or the fractional error will be always is equals to mean absolute error upon the mean value. This is relative error. Now, the percentage error. It is the relative or the fractional error expressed in percentage. Percentage error will always be is equals to delta A bar, which is like mean absolute error upon AM into 100%. Now, error in sum or difference of two quantities. If x is equals to a plus b or a minus b, then delta a and the delta b be the absolute in measurement. And calculation of a and b, the maximum absolute error in the x will be delta x plus minus, as we have already stated, might be plus or might be negative. Then delta a plus delta b. So the percentage error of the value will be x is equals to delta a plus delta b upon a plus b into 100%. Now, on the basis of this, what we have studied, we have some 1 mark questions like, see, what is the primary purpose of the unit measurement? So, we know that it is not only used to complicate the scientific communication. Obviously, it's not, because we know it is helpful for it, not the complicated. To confuse the engineers and the scientists, obviously not. To limit the precision of the measurement, no. It is the primary purpose of the unit measurement is to standardize and facilitate the accurate communication of the physical properties, as we had studied. Second, the respective number of the significant figures, as we have read the significant figures and some rules for the significant figures. So we have some numbers like 6.320, 6.032 and 0.006032. So the respective number of the significant number, these numbers are, how many significant numbers are? Here obviously 4, here also 4, and here also the significant number will be 4. So in all the three numbers, the significant number will be 4, 4 and 4. So option C will be the correct one. If the size of the bacteria is 1 micron, and how many of them will fit in 1 meter length? Size of bacteria is 1 micron, and how many will? So you'll have to find out the value of 1 micron, then the 1 meter length, and here you will get the value or the size of the bacteria. It will be 1000. See, like this, 1 micron is equals to, we know that it's 10 raised to the power minus 6. 10 raised to the power minus 6 meter length is occupied by the 1 bacterium. So the 1 meter space will be occupied by 10 raised to the power 6 bacteria, so which will be is equals to 1 million. So the correct option will be 1 million. Find the SI unit of the work in terms of fundamental units. We have works. We know that work is always is equals to force into displacement, or we say F into D. And also we know that F is equals to ma. So force is equals to mass into acceleration, and the displacement will remain same. Value of unit of mass kg, then acceleration meter per second square, displacement is m. Here we'll get kg meter square and second square. So this will be the SI unit of work in terms of fundamental unit. Now, moving to the next, we have 3 marks question. What are the fundamental and derived units? Give 3 examples of the derived units. Firstly, you'll have to explain what the fundamental unit is. Like that, after that, just explain the derived units. Firstly, fundamental units are those on the basis which other quantities are expressed. These cannot be reduced further. Examples are like meter, second, kilogram, Kelvin, etc. Derived units are those which are expressed in terms of base unit. Each derived unit can be reduced to the corresponding. The major difference, it can be reduced, it cannot be. An example for it is Newton. A Newton is the net force of the required, it will be important. Like a Newton is the net force of the required to accelerate 1 kilogram of the matter with the 1 meter per second square. So the Newton is a derived unit. What is calculated by dividing the joules by second? Since joule is a derived unit, so what is also a derived unit? Maybe you will get it in the multiple choice, like what are the derived units. So Newton and what are the derived units. Now, one numerical kind of question is there, like subtract this from this for giving the result in the appropriate significantly. You will have to simply subtract it firstly, because as one is in gram, another one is in kg. Firstly, convert both in the same unit like kg and kg. After that, you just simply divide it. And after that, you will get some value like this. So the final answer, it's asked to round it off. It will be 173.3 only. Okay. After that, and this will be the rounded value. Dimensional analysis. Second topic is dimensional analysis. So, we know that displacement symbol is S as a unit is meter m. This table is very important. Okay. So, firstly, dimension is meter, length, and the time. We can easily derive these dimensional formula with the help of this SI unit. How? See, displacement symbol is S, that's fine. We don't have any formula. We only know the SI unit, it's meter. So, meter, unit of length. So, it will be L. M will be 0, T will be 0. Like this. Area, we know the symbol is A. Formula is length into breadth. Length value, it's meter square. Okay. So, meter into meter, so meter square. Again, M will be 0 because we don't have any mass here. We don't have any time here. So, L will be square. It will be M0, L2 and T0. After that, volume. Volume we know it's represented by V, L into B into H. It means meter cube. So, it will be M0, LQ and then T0. Like this, we can easily derive the dimensional formula with the help of SI unit. Again, velocity is V. We know that velocity V is equals to ds upon dt. ds means meter, dt means x means second. So here we know that no mass is there, but meter is there, second is there. It means length and time. So M0, L nothing, we can write it 1 as well if you want so. And then T, it will be inverse because as it is in denominator. Same like momentum, P is equals to mv, then kg, ms, then mlt inverse. Acceleration, A is equals to a dv upon dt, then m per second square, then m0 lt minus 2. So, with the help of SI unit, we can easily derive the dimension formula. So, it is very necessary to learn the quantities along with the symbol, along with the formula, because when you know the formula, then only you will derive the SI unit, and when you know the SI unit, easily you can derive the dimensional formula. Okay. So, this table is very pivotal, playing pivotal role in this chapter. Like we have different quantities, energy, power, density, pressure, torque, displacement. With the help of this, we can easily derive the dimensional formulas as well. See, Young modulus, which can also be used in the experiment as well. Surface tension, force constant, coefficient viscosity, gravitational constant, gravitational potential, temperature, heat. Like see, here it's different. No M, no L, low T, no second, no meter, no kg, but Kelvin is there. So then it will be M0, L0, T0, K plus 1. Okay. K quantity is coming over here. K means Kelvin. So it has been denoted here in the dimensional formula as well. After that, dimensional analysis and its application. To examine the dimensional of the physical quantities, to derive the relationship between them, the consistency of the equation and predicting the behavior of the system, to confirm the equation of the ensuring that the dimension on both sides match, to derive the new formula combining the known quantities with the appropriate dimension. These are the applications, okay? Also, to simplify the problem by reducing the number of variables, to scale up or the down experiment to predict the outcomes in the different condition, to identify non-dimensional parameter crucial for understanding the physical phenomena. So these are the dimensional analysis and its application. Now, on based of that, we have some few 1 mark and 2 mark question. Which of the following unit is not a base unit? So we can say Pascal is not the base unit, meter is the base unit, ampere is the base unit, candela is the base unit, but Pascal is not the base unit. Light year of unit is distance. Which of the following is the unitless quantity? So force gradient is not having any kind of unit. It's a unitless quantity. Now, 2 marks question. Here we'll ask state any 2 application of the dimensional analysis. Application of dimensional analysis. Firstly, to confirm the equation by ensuring that the dimension on the both sides match. To derive the new formula by combining known of the quantity with the appropriate dimensions. Okay, so these are the applications we have already discussed. Now moving to the next. If the value of atmospheric pressure is 10 raised to the power 6 time per centimeter square, find the value in SI unit. Okay, so we know that pressure is equals to force into area, force upon area. So taking the dimension on the both side, P, we will have to learn about all the dimensional formula of the force and the area and all. So when we put the dimensional formula of both force and the area, we'll get ML. It will be like -1, 1L will be cancelled out from here. It will be like only 1, then ML -1 and then T -2. So 10 is to the power 6, which is equals to 1 gram on 1 kg inverse. We just convert the values, and here we'll get, when we just do the calculation, and after that we'll get 10 to the power 6 time per centimeter square will be is equals to 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. Okay, so simply we have converted the value of dyne into the SI unit. Now, question number 3. If the unit of the force, energy and the velocity are 10 Newton and 100 Joule and 5 meter per second respectively, the value of force, energy and the velocity, we have 3 values. Then find the unit of the length, mass and the time. So firstly, the dimensional formula of the force, energy and the velocity we already know, and then respectively. So simply after that we'll just have ML with, after writing these formula, we'll just tan N dimensional formula of all the values like force, energy and the velocity. We'll get 10 Newton, which is equals to 10 kilometer per second square, 100 Joule, which will be equals to 100 kg meter per second square into M, and then 5 meter. Now from our units, we can write the unit length in meter, mass in kilogram and time in second. It means with the normal SI unit. Now, there are some 3-mark question as well. Here, find the dimensional of A upon P and the relation of F is equals to A root x plus bt square, where F is force and x is distance and T is the time. So we have equation F is equals to A root x bt square. So firstly F is equals to A MLT, force dimensional formula, and then we'll have A is equals to, A will keep one side and then another values in the right hand, A on the left hand side and another value in the right hand side. When we'll just calculate it, it will be MLT minus 2 and then L 1 by 2, and the root we can write L, and in place of root we can write it 1 by 2. It will be then A is equals to MLT minus 2 and then L minus 1 by 2. It will go in the numerator. After that, it will be A is equals to ML 1 by 2 and then T minus 2. And now we'll just calculate it for the BT square. Okay, it will be B is equals to MLT minus 2 and then upon T square. It will go upside and then it will minus 2, then it will MLT minus 4. Now A upon B, we'll have the value of both. We'll just put the values and we'll get here A upon B is equals to L minus 1 by 2 and then T square. Okay, so this is the value of A by B. Now, so there are some numericals which are based on the dimensional formula only. Like second one, a new system of the SI unit, a system of the unit is proposed in which unit of mass is alpha kg and the length is beta meter and the unit is time is gamma s. What will be the value of 5J? It means 5 Joule in the new system. So SI unit means N1 is equals to 5. New system we don't have. For the M1, 1 kg, and for the M2 it's alpha. L1 1 meter, for the L2 it's beta meter. T1 1 second and T2 it will be gamma second. So dimensional formula of energy, we know that MLT minus 2. So N1 will be is equals to M1 L2 T1 minus 2. Obviously, we have just divided it N1 and N2 for SI, and the new system will lie same here as well, M1, M2. Okay, we just simplify the equation. It will be N2 is equals to N1. This will go this side. And it will be M1 upon M2, L1 upon L2, its whole power 2, T1 upon T2, and then minus 2. After that, it will be N2 is equals to 5. We'll simply put the values, whatever we have, N1, N2, and then 1 upon alpha, 1 upon beta, 1 upon gamma. So, we'll get N2 is equals to 5, 1 upon alpha, 1 upon beta square, 1 upon gamma minus 2. We'll simplify equation, and here we'll get 5 gamma square and alpha beta square. We can also write it as 5 alpha minus 1 beta minus 2 and then gamma square. So, here it will be the value of 5 joule in the new system. Okay. With the help of SI system, we have just simply converted it into the new system. Now moving to the next, construct a physical quantity of the dimensional length C, G and E Z square upon 4 pi epsilon 0. C is the velocity of the light and G is the universal constant of the gravitation, E is the charge and epsilon 0 is the permittivity of the free space. Okay, so now let's take L is equals to like C A G B E square upon 4 pi epsilon 0. Then L is equals to K LT minus 1. Simply have to put all the dimensional formula over here. Simplify the equation. Then we'll compare both the sides. It will be minus V plus C is equals to 0. Then C will be equals to B. We'll simplify the equation. A plus 3B plus 3C is equals to 1. And then minus A minus 2B minus 2C is equals to 0. A is equals to minus 2, B is equals to 1 by 2 and C is equals to 1 by 2. So it will be L is equals to 1 upon C square. We'll put the values over here and then G square, E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught and its square will be 1 by 2. So these are the 3 marker question. After that, we'll just move forward with the 5 marker question. Explain the application and the dimension analysis various fields, science and engineering, which we have already discussed, how it's playing the pivotal role. So you'll have to explain all the application here. Moving to the next, if the velocity of the light is C and the Planck's constant is H and the gravitational constant is C are taken as a fundamental quantities, then find the dimensional of the length. So again, L is directly proportional to Cx, Hy and Gz. So L will be is equals to, you will just remove this proportional sign with the constant K and we'll write all the dimensional formula. Will have to simplify the power values and applying the principle of homogeneity of the dimension, we'll get y minus z is equals to 0. Then x plus 2y is plus 3z is equals to 0. We'll have to simplify this equation. And after that, we'll get the value of x is equals to minus 3 by 2, y 1 by 2 and z is equals to 1. The value of h will be a whole under root hg upon ck. So, these are some questions based on the 5 marks. Now, after that, we'll have some numericals as well. Density of the wood, we have 0.5 gram per centimeter cube. In the CGS system of the unit, find the corresponding value of MKS unit. So, in the CGS unit of the density is, we know, 1000 MKS. Unit of density is 0.5, which will be is equals to 500 kg meter cubes. So 0.5 gram per centimeter can be easily written as 500 kg per meter cube in the MKS system. So based on these only, we'll have some more questions like the equation of the state sum gases can be expressed as P plus AU upon B square, V minus V is equals to RT. Here P is the pressure, V is the volume, T is an absolute temperature of A and B. What are the dimension of the A? So firstly, we know the principle of dimensional homogeneity, that A upon B square is equals to P. Then what we are adding to quantities, the dimensions should be A, P. It will go this side, then P, V square. We'll just simply put the dimensional formula. All the numericals are totally based on the dimensional table. We have studied there. Like we'll have to learn all the table, and with the help of that table, on the basis of that table, we can easily calculate all the numericals. We can easily convert the values. Now, after that, multiple choice questions we have. Read the following text and answer the following. So we have some particular case. You'll have to read like student A is recorded 5 reading of the measurement length of the rod. The average value obtained with was 2.6250. Rounded off 2.63. His teacher commented that the result was not correct. So he repeated the experiment. This time he obtained the average value of 2.6350 meter. He rounded off it as 2.63 meter. This time also his teacher commented that the result was not correct. A had to peep in the readings his friend B. B obtained an average value, it's 2.6750 and rounded off to 2.68. Teacher remarked the B result was perfect. Mass of the object is 11.25 gram and its volume is 2 centimeter cube. What should be the most significant presentation of the density? Explanation is like during the multiplication and the division, significant figure in the result to be equals to the lowest significant result. We have already discussed some additional division and multiplication rule. So according to that, when during the multiplication and the division, the significant digit in the result should be is equals to lowest significant digit of the operands. In this problem, significant digit value is 1 and it is the lowest. So the most significant result should be the one significant digit only. And here we can see only one significant digit is 5 gram per centimeter cube. Moving to the next. What should be the perfect result of A after proper rounding of 2 decimal places when he obtained the result value 2.6250? So the correct result will be 2.62 already, as because the average value is 2.6250. So the correct value for the student A will be 2.62. Because as said, the digit from where the number is terminated in 5, the digit after it is 10 and the digit previous to it is then the digit remain unchanged. In the problem 2.6250, the number of 2 be truncated at 5. So the digit after it is 0, right? So the digit just before it is 2, which is an even digit. So as per is the rule, there should not be any changes. That is the rounding off should be 2.62. Now, on the basis of the A and D or the experimental thing, there are some more portions like what should be the correct result of the student A after rounding off 2 decimal places where he obtained an average value of 2.6350. Here it will be 2.64 as the value of 3. That means more than 3. 1 preceding for 3. It will be 2.64. Right? We have already read all these rules. Now some subjective questions. Read the following text and answer the following question on the basis of sin. We'll have one text and on the basis of that we'll have to simply answer like the 7 quantities, what are the basic units. So you'll have to read this para and with the help of this para you will have to simply answer some questions or very basic questions we can say like the name the 7 base quantities of SI system, what are the base units CGS and FTS system. Also, you'll have to explain this one FM in meter, normally which we have already studied the non-derived and the derived units. Define AU and the light year. Mention 3 physical quantities having some dimensional but the different unit like this. Now, after these subjective portions, we have some assertion and the reason-based question. Okay, so it's nothing but assertion is A is followed by the statement R. So you'll have to mark correct choice. Choice in the sense like maybe both A and R the true and R is the correct explanation for A. Both A are true but R is not the correct. C option is A is true but R is false. So let me explain anyone. If it is there like assertion A is equals to 1 kg, we have 10 raised to the power 9 Newton, and then reason R is equals to 1 kg 10 raised to the power 3 gram, and 1 gram is equals to, will simply convert it in this. So here we can say both A and R true as it's following simply. The reason is also following the assertion. So option A will be the correct. Explanation is also there. 1 kg is equals to 10 raised to the power 3 gram and 1 gram is equals to 10 raised to the power 6 milligram. So like this, we followed by this, we have some more portions. We have like assertion and the reason. You have to determine whether both are correct, whether R is following A or not, whether one is correct, like this. Angle in the solid angle, both are dimensional quantities. Reason is dimensionless quantities cannot have a unit. So option C is the correct. Option C is the correct. It means A is 2 but R is false. Why so? Because see, angle is equals to arc upon radius, but solid angle is equals to arc upon radius square. So both are the dimensionless, we can say. We don't have m, we don't have t, we don't have kg and nothing, right? So that's why it will be dimensionless. Hence the assertion of the true and SI system, the unit of angle is radian and the unit solid angle is radian, has the reason x false. So like this, we have some more portions on the basis of assertion and reason. After that, you have to go through this self-assessment paper. It is totally based on the chapter. We have studied the topics, the dimension topic and the physical quantities. Like see which of the following is not a unit of time. We have some significant figures. There are some errors, the percentage error, absolute error. So on the basis of that, you will have to answer these questions. So this is all about the chapter number 1. Thank you.